Okay, this is the last time. Sorry, you guys. I had to do that like 3 times. I was having issues with the screen rotating again, but I finally got it. We're good. Welcome, you guys. I don't even think no one's in here yet, but we'll be coming in. There's Kim. What's up, Kim? I was hoping you'd be here. All right, I gotta figure out a way. I went to that, Brady, but that's from GMM, Good Mythical Morning. I don't know if you watch those. If you don't, you should, because you've got lots of time to watch stuff. That's a good show. Hi, Kim. The fam's good. They're good. They're upstairs right now, just doing their thing. Hi, Amanda. All right, I got to clean up my station a little bit here. So I've got kind of a stack of stuff to do today. Before I can start stitching anything, gluing anything, I gotta burnish all of the edges on like the pocket pieces like this. I'm doing, 10 vertical wallets, 5 Western verticals, 5 card holders, and 5 billfolds right here. So we got a lot of wallets to do, and the first step is to burnish the pocket pieces that you can't get to after you stitch it all together. So I'm gonna be doing that. And some of you guys know my process, but I always like to do just a light burnish. When I say burnish, I mean I'm not doing the full process of like sanding, slicking, beeswax, like the whole thing. I'm not doing all of that. All I'm doing is slicking it down with water. Paint goes on really nice and even. So it actually goes by pretty quick. You just need water and a wood slicker, and that's it. Got a lot of pieces to do. Oh no! Kim says it's buffering again. That cannot be. I literally, after the last fiasco, I called Comcast and bumped up the speed on our internet. So we're getting like 150 megabytes per second now. Do you make wallets with 3 panels? The one that you can put the banknotes in? No, I don't. Sorry. Is there anyone else seeing it buffer or have any lagging issues? Man, I was really hoping we were over that because I've been having great connection all day. And, okay, Kim says it's good. If I bring you back over here, how is it? We good? We good? It's been a little bit on and off. All good here in California, better now. All right, Kim says we're good now. I'm gonna stick it out. Move this stuff back out of the way. Okay, yeah, one of these piles. This one. That's the one I need to do. That one's been done. So if it hasn't been done, I'm bringing them over here because I'm getting a little confused with what I've done. Where do you belong? Right there, I guess. Yeah, you belong right there. All right. How are you guys doing? As for those of you who are paying really close attention, I don't know how many of you that is, but this is going to take place of the vlog from yesterday. Yeah, goodness, we're going to do this every now and then instead of like doing a full edit and tons of filming and like, you know, I really need to catch up right now and just get lots of work done. Dude, I got to get lots of work done, so I just figured I might as well prop you guys up here and I can just keep working and should be good to go. Bring it back down a little. All right. Oh, of course. My laptop's dying. Thought those ones were all done. Huh, okay, I guess not. My water over here. Yeah, Kim. Oh, you know what would be cool? I wonder if I could get the live stream pulled up on my laptop. Hold on. This is Macklemore, but Leon Bridges is in this one, and I love it. Okay. Let's see if I can get. Give me a dose of the American dream. That's good. That's good stuff. If you pull up the live street with audio, you may get feedback. How do you burnish the inner? Sorry, I'm gonna burnish the inner 90-degree angle. Are you talking about this on this piece right here? Luckily, you don't have to burnish any of that. That's all underneath. It's hidden. The only thing I'm burnishing is right here because that's going to be the part that's exposed, and the cards are going to be going in and out. So you want it nice and rounded. So, yeah, I don't have to do the whole perimeter, thankfully. Or this would be a much longer process. All right. I may have to lose my music here for a little bit because I'm going to try and run the live stream so that I can actually see comments. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, there it is. Oh, man. This is so good. You're fine in Virginia. Sweet. Hello, everybody from Pakistan. What's up? Thanks for being here. Okay. Which one was I working on? Did I do it? Did I finish? These ones are all slicked. All right. This pile's good to go. Just gonna get you out of the way. All right, now I need to slick up these card holders. So on the card holders, there's two spots that you want to burnish before you get any stitching done. The first one would be the top part of this pocket right here. And then the second one that's pretty easy to forget, but it's the top edge of the ID window right here. And none of it's super critical. I mean, you could go without burnishing any of those and the wallet would turn out just fine, but I just love dialing in those little details and just making it look really nice. Man, I wish I could have some tunes going. I love it, Kim. Yeah, she's always getting everyone to hit the like button. You're the best. Did you guys know that YouTube's got the share feature now? It's one of the coolest things. I'm going to be using it a lot more, but that used to be like one of the main reasons I would push for people to hit the like button, because it's basically the way that it would be shared to your followers. Because once you hit like, it just gets thrown into that liked video playlist, and so everyone sees it. But now they've got the share feature, so it's a lot more like Facebook, where you can actually like share other content that you like to your feed. It's pretty cool. So I've already shared a bunch of those, like a bunch of the other leather guys that are hitting up, that are starting to vlog and document their process and their craft a little bit. It's so cool to me. So every time I see some of those pop up, I like to share it on my feed for you all. We got 28 people. It's pretty good. What are you guys doing this weekend? He does well. He does sell some. Yeah, I do. I've got the links. Well, you got to go into, like, if you go to the last vlog I just posted, I just started including a little link that says that here's where you can buy all of our patterns. So that link is only going to be in the last video, but from here on out it'll be in all the videos. So you should be able to see it. Or in this one, I guess. It might be in the description for this one. I think the default, yeah, it's there. The first line in the description says buy our digital patterns. It's got a link to all of the wallet patterns in there. Spending the weekend in Pittsburgh, right on. What are you doing in Pittsburgh, Brendan? Working on some other projects that are new for me. Cool, Don. What kind of projects are you doing? Spending some time with my 16-year-old patterns. So, luckily for this job, I don't really need to spend a ton of time on slicking these down, because all I'm really trying to do is just get the fibers out of the way and just get a really nice surface. But I don't need it to, I'm not like trying to get a completely finished product yet, because I'm going to end up inking the edges up anyway. So all I'm doing is just glassing it down. But we should do a video here in the near future about like the full process of burnishing edges. You know, like I've got my 150 grit sandpaper here. I forget which camera. I keep thinking I'm just interacting with this, but it's for you right here. So I've got my 150 grit sandpaper here, some 300 right here, or what is that, 334 I guess, 300. So I kind of do it in stages, just like you would in auto body. So I start out with the little bit rougher stuff, then work it up to the finer, and then finish it off with just a little canvas cloth that I got from District Leather Supply. And you know, you can slick them in between. You can use beeswax, toconol, saddle soap, gum trag. But we're gonna get into that. I'll do a whole video about the full like burnishing process as far as like if you're not going to be painting your edges or anything like that. This is a very different process what I'm doing right now. It's a lot faster, a lot more simple. Let's see. Don says he's making a valet tray. That's cool. Kim says she's resting, making plans on moving to North Carolina. We're so excited and planning for my next set of major surgeries. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Kim. That doesn't sound fun. I'm going to Tokyo. It's pretty easy since Uncle Sam stationed me there. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Becky says, may I ask the thing you're using for putting the water on the round thing? What is that, please? Yeah, that's a good question. These are just, I mean, they're just basic, like, I don't know, pads, scrubbing pads or something, but I actually got a few of these from a company called Leather Milk. They sent us some product and I really like it, and I would love to start stocking it on our site, but we haven't yet. And I don't know, we've just been like kind of distracted and just a lot going on. Okay, I just want to change that up just so I can, you know, get a little. Oh, it's raining in Moscow? It's funny, that's always how I picture. Anytime I think Russia, I just think it's probably raining there. So in this case, my perception's accurate. I'm worried that your back may hurt if you keep working bent like that. Yeah, I probably would. This isn't how I always do it. I'm kind of like, I don't know. This isn't how I would be doing it normally. I think I'm doing it a little differently because of the live stream, you know, trying to keep my head in the camera. But yeah, I never really find the exact same thing for like hours at a time. I try and mix it up quite a bit. So different parts of the process require me to like move around and do different things. So it's not like I'm actually just sitting right here for hours at a time. But I do have a pretty bad back. So Chamberlain's Leather Milk, formula number 3, so good. Yeah, it is. I love their stuff. I really do want to carry it in our store. And I feel bad because Aaron, one of their reps, has just been, or he might be the owner. Is he the owner? I don't know. Maybe one of you know. But Aaron's been emailing me a lot, and he's like, you gotta you got to get this stuff in your store. And I'm like, I know, let's do it. And I just space it. Oh, Tandy Leather's here. That's some good burnishing, buddy. Right on. Thank you guys. I'm glad you're here. So for any of you that are just jumping in right now, I'm burnishing a whole stack of stuff. I've got, how many? Like 10, 15, 20, 25. I've got 30 wallets, 32 wallets that I'm doing right now. And I'm just burnishing only the top parts of the pockets and the things that are hard to, that you wouldn't be able to get to after you stitch it up. So I'm not actually doing a full burnish. I'm just slicking it down so that I can come back with my edge paint. So there's just a lot of slicking to do before I get to any of that. I did already paint my black edges though. I did this earlier. Not sure if you can see. Black's like really hard to like get to show up in the camera properly, but yeah, I love the way the black edges look because it looks like the leather just goes right into the paint and there's no contrast. It's beautiful. Alexis, hey Parker, what's up? When do you use a machine to burnish? Howdy from Cape Town. Thanks to you and skill level, it really has inspired me to keep trying every day. That's awesome, thank you. Good to hear. Okay, so as far as the machine, I've found that if you're gonna use like an electric burnisher, like a Skyver, not a Skyver, a Dremel or the MP burnisher, it's cooking really fast. It spins a whole lot. So you really need to like slow the machine down as much as you can. I think it's really great for some projects. Like I like to use that machine for, I don't know, just like really quick things when I'm doing like the strap keeper on a belt or, you know, if I'm going to be painting anyway. But these edges it's such thin leather and it's got a lot of like tighter corners that wouldn't fit into my burnishing wheel. So this thing just makes sense for this project. I'm not totally sure why I decide when I use what, but I'd tell you, like, I think I mentioned this, but I'm just really in love with this tool right here. It's so funny. It's such a basic thing, and I'm sure every leather guy has it in their shop. Nothing complex to it, but like my edges have never looked better when I went back to just like sticking to this. I just kind of bagged the Dremel tool and you know, just use some water, some Tokonol, and just glass it up. You know, you don't have to do it too fast or you don't push too hard. You just get a little friction, light friction on there, and it just glasses up really nice without darkening. So I just love this tool. I don't know. All right, what have I done? Did I do all these? No. This is what happens with the live streams. I get really distracted. Also, it's hot in here. Holy cow. That hasn't really been the case today because it's just so cool in the mornings that this whole place just becomes like an ice box in the morning. So I've actually been freezing and I brought a space heater out here, but it didn't hit me till just now that I'm like, whoa, it's hot. Sweating. If I had $1 for every time I mention that it's hot in here. Thanks for the answer, you rock. Thank you. Done 2 attempts on the Western vertical, still need more practice. That's awesome. Glad you're trying, keep it up. Do you prefer the dye the edges then burnish or burnish then edge paint? Now I prefer to burnish the edges first just to slick them down because that way you have a really nice smooth surface to lay the paint onto. If you try and paint before you burnish, then your paint's just gonna sit on all the fibers and it'll, you know, kind of poke holes and create mounds, and you don't want that. You just want a nice slicked up surface. So I don't even use anything. I just use water. That's all I use because it gives you the best result. It doesn't react with the paint or anything weird. It just gives you a smoother surface to paint on. Oh, you know what I can do? I could probably mute this right here, right? And then get my music going again. That's what we're gonna do. How long does it take you to finish one wallet? Well, it's hard to say because I don't very often just make one wallet. I'm usually making batches of them like this, which is a better way to go. You know, you can make them a lot faster if you're doing them in full batches. But I would say it'd probably take me about an hour if I were just to make one. You could get the small Dremel burnishing bits and slow the Dremel down. That would help in those tighter corners. Yeah, I definitely could. It's just, you know, it's interesting. Like, I just don't feel the need to use the Dremel. Like, only just a couple passes with this wood slicker and it's done. Like, it's really glassy, it's flat, there's no fiber standing up. It's just how I like it. So, yeah, I just don't really see a need for it. I just love this wood slicker. You can get real far with it. Hi from Kenya. That's awesome. How's it going? Thanks for being here, you guys. What do we got? 34 people? Right on. Alexis had a question. I missed it. What is it? Wow. No, okay. Oh yeah, okay. Let's see. It says, what is the leather is very soft and thin. It's kind of hard to keep it straight to burnish. Any tips on that? Yeah, this is 3 to 4 ounce buck brown harness from Wicked and Craig. And thin leather definitely, okay, if it's, I mean, luckily this is pretty firm tempered. It's, you know, vegetable tan harness leather, so it's not like a garment grade upholstery type leather. Let me get that out of the way. So yeah, I mean, you wouldn't even need to burnish that anyway. If you're working with like a really soft tempered upholstery type leather, then you're not going to be burnishing it. You only do that for like vegetable tanned, little bit firmer tempered leather. But it is really thin, so I see what you're saying. It can be really hard to burnish without, let me make sure I'm in the camera, to burnish without the ends kind of wobbling around on you. But like I said, you don't have to get too aggressive with this. I'm only doing just a couple of passes in each area, and I'm done. Like, all I'm doing is getting those fibers to lay down. That's it. I don't need to stress about anything too much. So I just get it wet. And it also helps that this leather doesn't hate the water. Like the water, I wouldn't put a ton of water down on this leather and let it sit. That would definitely discolor it, but just a little bit of water will wipe right off and you don't even notice. So that helps when you're trying to get a really clean edge. If I were doing natural tooling, I would be a lot more careful with this and just only get it right on the edge. I might even just use my finger just to make sure that you're getting it only on the edge. Because water, man, vegetable tan leather and water just doesn't mix well. I mean, it does for your edges, but not for that top grain surface. Do you burnish your pull-up leathers, and is the process different for that style? No, I don't. Understand stuff. Oh, Yahoo, you are live. A big hello. I'm a big fan. Thank you, Larry. Glad you're here. Jack says, thanks for these videos, brother. You've taught me a ton. That's awesome. Thank you. Love your videos. Love your work. Iceman. Kim's just like keeping me in line. She's like my own little personal assistant. I miss a comment and she's like, "Pah, gotcha." We back? Sorry, guys. Oh, this is killing me. You are my mentor, my friend. I'm trying to get... I love your work. You're the best I've ever seen. Gosh, thank you so much. Those are some very kind words. I really appreciate that. Kim says we're good again. I don't know what's going on, you guys. It's like just this end of the workbench is not great for the connection. I'm gonna move you over here and just see if we can get away from the from the buffering. I got burnishing on my mind now. What they said. Thank you. I don't know, I'm trying to read on that little tiny screen up there. Does the water seep through the edges and stain the leather when you burnish? No, I'm just using a little bit. I just barely touch the end of this. If you used a lot, it probably would, but vegetable tan leather can take it. It's really not like damaging to the leather. It just, you can see some water stains sometimes, so that's why I usually try and avoid it. But this stuff, Buck Brown really seems to avoid that pretty well. Benjamin Johnson had a question. Okay. Let's see here, Ben. Have you ever tried? Oh, I answered that question. No, I have not. Oh, I think I answered it when it was buffering and I didn't realize it was buffering. No, I've not tried that stuff. How's it gonna look when you finish this wallet? Final shape? Well, I'd love to show you. Unfortunately, I won't be able to finish all of these steps today. Let's see if I can. Well, this is not the greatest example because this is natural tooling and I'm working on Buck Brown right now, but just to give you an idea of like how the edges will look, this is after I, did a light burnish and then just slicked it down, laid some vernice edge paint on there. So that's what the final product will look like for the verticals. But I'm also doing billfolds, number 68 Westerns, and number 54 card holders. But we're completely out of like most of our Buck Brown stuff because people love it. It just sells. I can't keep enough Buck Brown on hand. I didn't foresee that either because russet was always kind of my favorite. It's like a really light color that like almost natural, but just with a little bit of that like orangey hue. But with the pull up, it kind of lightens it up and makes it really like white, almost natural looking. So I've always just been a huge fan of russet. And we kind of started out with russet, and then one day we just introduced the Buck Brown, and it just way outsold the rest of anything, like the natural, the russet. I have to go now. Much love to you and your family. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Thanks, Kim. Thanks for being here. I don't know who's going to keep me in line once you're gone. Esteban, hi man from Ecuador. I learned so much from your videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. Looking good. Thanks, Ori Perez. Have a nice weekend, Kim. Internet demons. Oh, that's the buffering. Yeah, I credit the demons. Or it's haunted out here. That could be one solution. False alarm, I'm back. Sweet. Welcome back, Kim. I wish I could just sit here and read all the comments, but I was kind of hoping to just kind of work away as, with the live stream going and answer a few of the comments. I might not get to all of them or else I'll never finish this job. I'm going to do a video. I told you on the last vlog that today's vlog would be about quality versus quantity. Can you have both? And I'm still going to do a video about it, so I don't want to talk too much about it here, but it's very interesting. I feel very, I just feel like I'm in quite the conundrum because we've got a lot of orders coming in. We're still moving a lot of product, but the content stuff has just become such a prominent part of our life and part of our business that we have to keep it up. You could even argue that it's the content like YouTube and the live streams that have been moving our sales lately. That's what's driving them. So, it's just kind of a conundrum. It's like, okay, do I spend more time producing content and being really engaged and interactive on YouTube, or do I keep making products so that we have stuff to sell when we actually have, new subscribers and new customers? I don't know why. On the mobile, I don't like it. The comments disappear, so I can't see it. All right, Larry says, I'll be ordering some of that Buck Brown, and I got about $200 of stuff to get on payday. I'll be looking to get all my stuff from you, my friend. Oh, that's awesome. Well, thanks, Larry. That's so cool. Just ordered my first veg tan from Wicked and Craig. You inspire me. That's awesome. You're going to love it, Ronnie. It's good stuff. Yes, please work. I know you can't answer. It's hard to talk and work. I like that. No, YouTube is lucky to have you, bro. Well, thanks, Larry. Gosh, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, it's just quite the conundrum, but my goal is to keep pumping out, really good content and hopefully like be of value to you guys. I want to start doing more like tutorial stuff, like build alongs from start to finish, trying new products, not just the stuff that's on our website. That's my dream. Like that's kind of what I'd love to do. I just want to wake up, come out here, like try some completely random project that I've been wanting to do for a while or whatever. You know, I have a lot of those. I've got a big list of stuff that I'd love to try making, especially because it kind of stretches your skill level. A lot of it's going to be new to me. I've just been so caught up in making like the website orders that I do the same thing every single day. So that's how you really learn and grow, is by trying new stuff. And I'm excited to do that, but we're just, because of the holidays coming up and our manufacturing partner, Waterbury, they're so backed up with other clients. So I'm back at the workbench, doing as much as I can. I mean, we still have some inventory left that we're going to be able to move through on Black Friday and throughout the rest of the year, but I'm trying to just add a little bit on top of that, you know, just so we don't get too far behind and we actually have stuff to sell. I do not want to be sitting out of stock on really any time for the rest of the year. I hate it when we're out of stock. Some of these pieces are a lot more firm tempered. It's funny, it just depends on where you cut it from the hide. Like some of these are really light and flimsy, and this one's like stiff as a board. It's like a 2x4. It's about the same thickness though. It's just, you know, just a different temper throughout the hide. You guys put out some great videos. I've learned a lot. Thank you, Corey. Pull up is the change in color of the leather when it's stretched. Good answer. Yeah. Liz is right, Christopher. That's exactly what it is. I just ordered from Uncle George Discount Leather. They have good prices and odd lots and overstock. You found any good discount places? I'll have to check them out. I've never heard of Uncle George. The discount places I can think of is like Maverick Leather, I guess, is probably one of my favorites, because you can get Horween seconds. And every hide that I bought from them that was a second actually came just looking beautiful. You wouldn't even know it was a second, you know, or have any like imperfections or anything. It was just really nice. So they're a good place to know about. A lot of the things that I end up talking about, I feel like I've talked about so many times. So I really apologize to a lot of you that have to hear me say the same stuff over and over. Because I'll get a question coming up and I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll answer that. And I'll go on for 15 minutes and then I'll see the same question again. And so then, you know, like in the next live stream or another video. And so I just feel like I'm always saying the same stuff over and over. So I hope you guys don't get too sick of it. But hey, Don Rowe, I saw your order just come in. Thank you. Recognize that name. Paul J. Hi, Parker. Just got home. Someone may have already asked, but do you still use your Cobra burnisher? This is exactly what I was just talking about. Oh, that's totally cool. I'm so glad you guys asked. I'm not mad about that at all. I just hope you guys don't get sick of me saying the same thing over and over. Yes, Kim, thank you. Thank you so much. Gosh, gotta love Kim. She's the best. Okay, so yeah, I still use the MP burnisher for a lot of stuff, but just not for everything. I was just telling everyone before, I'll keep this short, but this tool is just like one of the best things you can have in your arsenal. All I'm doing is slicking the leather down just a little bit. I'm not doing a full burnishing process. I just I just pass over it a couple times just to get a nice smooth surface for the paint to sit on. So I don't need to like stress about getting the perfect burnish on this. It just needs to be smooth. That's it. Some of these done? The cool thing about using a clicker die or a clicker press is that the die presses into the leather and kind of rounds the leather off. And a lot of times that gets rid of most of the fibers. Like if you're clicking out your pieces, you hardly need to burnish at all. Like, that's why I don't have to do much with this slicker, because it's pretty smooth already. I just need to make sure there's nothing like crazy, like no crazy bumps or anything that's gonna ruin the paint going down smooth. So if you get a smooth enough surface here, then you can avoid having to do multiple coats of paint. Because if you lay down one coat of paint and it's just full of bumps and cracks, then you're gonna have to take like a really fine sandpaper and go over it again and do multiple coats, which is pretty normal normally, but we've gotten away with just doing one coat, making sure that the surface is really smooth, and it's a good way to go. We're talking about quality versus quantity, and can you have both? And it's kind of funny because there's kind of two aspects of my life where this question is really important, because for one, we've got vlogging on one side, and a lot could argue, well, you're putting out so many videos, you're doing one video a day, that you're never really going to be able to create anything super quality and like really special. Sorry, I'm trying to get rid of that sun. That sun's completely blown out, and that drives me nuts. Look at that. Look at all that white right there. Ugh! That just kills me. Anyway. Yeah, so one could argue that my video content's not... Wow, I don't know what that buffering's all about, you guys. Gosh, I'm sorry. I literally just got off the phone with Comcast like 2 days ago and upgraded our Wi-Fi, so we're getting faster speeds. We're good now. It might be because I'm trying to stream on here now too, so I can read the comment. You guys, I'm sorry. This Wi-Fi is driving me nuts. All right, I'm looking back, Kim. I'm trying to find his question. Ronnie, how do you get the back of the hide smooth after it's split? Can it be burnished to be smooth? Yes, it can. Luckily, Wicked and Craig let you buy it that way. So I asked them to split it down to 3 to 4 ounces. And then I also, there's a little asterisk in all my orders. It's please finish, they call it gum pasting. I say, please gum paste and finish the leather on the backside. That way you just get like a really nice pasted finish, completely smooth with no fibers, and then finished, which is like, you get kind of the same color on there as well. It just looks really good, clean. So yeah, you pay a little extra for that, but it's totally worth it to me because I don't want to be pasting my own hides. If you want to do it yourself, you can just use some like, I know you can do it with gum trag or saddle soap, but I've also seen people use paste, like they actually paste it themselves. They use like a water-based, like that Sewa stuff that I've been using to make wallets, but they'll use that to actually paste the back. So, beeswax and a glass slicker. Yeah, that'll do it. How many wallets do you think you need to make to build your stock? Oh man, hundreds, Paul. I should be making about this many. I've got about 35 on the workbench right now. I should be making that every single day. Yeah, I need to do as many as possible because we always sell out, and so I'd like to not have a cap on that. I'd like to just see what we could really do. Just especially this time of year. It's hard to put an actual number on it. I'd like to maybe have 200 or 300 wallets finished for each month, ready for the next month. But again, this is the fourth quarter. It's much different. We could very potentially do more than that. So this weekend's going to be really important to me because you guys know I do the daily vlog, but I take the weekends off, or I'll just do like a short vlog on a Saturday or something and have it ready to post on Monday. But worst case scenario, I'll just do another live stream on Monday. But I'm going to have to take this weekend to just really knock out a lot of wallets. Yeah, we're in a tight spot. I can't even tell you how this is really giving me a new appreciation again for for Waterbury, for our manufacturing partner. It's just to be able to send an email to someone who's already got our dies and knows how to make it, and not only that, but they make them really beautifully, but to be able to just send them an email and say, hey, we need 200 more, or we need 300 more, whatever. It's just really nice to be able to do that every month or whatever. And this takes up all my time. This is what's making the vlogs hard again. This is what's making and all of my content. I haven't been keeping up with Instagram, with our website, with my emails. Customer service is pretty much shot right now, and I really apologize if any of you have tried to reach out to us, customer service, because my inbox is so backed up. But this is all good stuff, isn't it? I mean, it's so awesome. Like, I'm glad I have the problem where I need to be making wallets. That means we have orders coming in, we have customers. So it's a great problem. It's just, again, this all just comes down to time management and getting things figured out. All right, there they are, hiding underneath. Whew, I'm sweating. Welcome. What's up, Ronnie? Should we bring our music back? As long as it doesn't kill the Wi-Fi. That's what I've been nervous about. Let's see. I've been on a big Macklemore kick. I just love it. It's so good. He's just got, I mean, some of it I don't like so much, but I've got a playlist, and some of it just like really speaks to me. It's just so good. Like this one, 10,000 Hours, you gotta listen to the lyrics to that. He's got a line where he says, the greats weren't great because at birth they could paint, the greats were great because they paint a lot. I love that. Like, things don't just randomly happen to people. You work for it, you make it happen. Any chance you have an ETA on the elusive camera bag you've been talking about? Kyle, I know, I'm so sorry. Believe me, I don't think anybody wants that bag done more than me. But, I mean, look at this. Like, I've got like 200 wallets just for this month on my plate that I need to make. And with the Christmas season coming around, like, there's just no way I can spend my day on just experimenting with new products. And we don't have the capital to do the sampling for that. It's just bananas how expensive and time consuming it is. So I probably shouldn't have been talking about it so much, you know, like that's the thing with us. Like I try and just bring you into every aspect of this, and I just want to be very transparent. I like you to know what I'm working on, what I'm doing, where we're at. So I don't know, I probably shouldn't have mentioned the camera bag so much because a lot of people have been asking about it, and I just feel like it's just letting people down now. But it's still really high on my priority list. Like, it'll be the first thing I do as soon as I get time again, as soon as I'm like out of the storm of making products. Seriously, like, I just can't even emphasize how much this like last few weeks that have really like given me a new appreciation for Waterbury, and like being able to outsource this stuff. Like, it's so fun doing this work. I love it. I'm not complaining one bit, but to be able to spend my time on new things, like on content and designing new products and campaigns and all that kind of stuff, like interacting with you guys, that's what I really love. I don't want to just be like sitting in the dark here, just burnishing hundreds of little edges, getting ready for edge paint, you know, because it's that kind of thing just steals your soul away. Time is everyone's demon. So true. Cody, what's up, Parker? Finally catching a live stream. Long live Stock and Barrel. Thanks, Cody. Glad you're here. Well, you've done it before, so you know what it's all about. Yeah, it's true, Paul. Very true. I've been here before. It feels like I'm just right at home again. I'm really, I don't want you guys to think I'm like over here just complaining and giving you the sympathy story. I'm not complaining one bit. I'm very grateful for what I get to do every day. It's just gives you new perspective, you know, helps you like appreciate things more. And you need an apprentice to help you. I know. I would love one, and I've had a lot of offers. People offering to come up here and help, and I think like, you know, it's just hard because like things just kind of sneak up on you. It's not like I've known for the 6 months that this was really going to be needed. I mean, my answer to getting an apprentice was outsourcing to a whole team of leather craftsmen over in Connecticut that put out beautiful products. That was my answer to that. And it was a great answer. It's just that, you know, I couldn't really foresee that things were going to get backed up and things were going to get really expensive, and you know, things just come up. And so this is me just kind of like just trying to hold on and keep our head above water, you know, with the orders and the time that it takes, the time and money that it takes to train someone new. Even for an experienced leather craftsman to come in here, I'd have to spend, you know, days, maybe even a week, kind of walking through everything with them, and it's just a really hard like dynamic. It's not as easy as you might think, like, oh, just get someone up there to help you. It's really not that easy. I wish it was, but all right, now the last ones. Oh no, I still haven't done any of the pockets for the Western verticals, but I'm doing these little Western trim pieces now. These are always fun. These are the big ones right there. Okay. I don't know why the comments don't show up. I have a question now you missed. Sorry, Kim. Like I said, you guys, I might not be able to get to every question. My whole goal for this one was I just wanted to have it up. I wanted to be able to work away and try and not get too distracted here, but I'd like to answer a few questions along the way. I just might not be able to get to all of them. Kim says, would you consider entertaining a sponsor? Some to send you with monies needed. Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of sponsor you're talking about. If you're talking about like for YouTube, we actually are very, very much so. I've been working on this for a while. This is kind of what I was talking about before. I can't talk about it yet until things are solidified, but we have a very just awesome potential sponsorship coming up that I've just been like losing sleep over. I'm so excited about it. So you'll know when that happens. But yeah, that's gonna be nice because hopefully we can justify spending more time on the content and creating valuable tutorials for you guys. And that'll, you know, it'll just kind of supplement the YouTube side of things as opposed to me just like totally relying on the orders, you know. I would love it if Stock and Barrel just kind of carried itself with orders and just kind of grew on its own as its own little organism, and YouTube kind of did the same thing, you know, because there's ways to make revenue through YouTube with affiliate partnerships and the AdSense and selling patterns and things like that are aside from like the Stock and Barrel stream of orders. But again, like right now, we're just kind of stuck in a position where I don't want to say stuck. We're not stuck. It's just a conundrum because I just right now I have to spend all my time getting ready for the orders, I should say, as opposed to like creating better content. So, sorry, Kim. I hope I didn't offend you. I didn't mean to offend you at all. I just feel bad because I'm not going to be able to get to every comment, and I'd really love to. I just get so distracted. You guys know me. I'm so bad at this. I'm always just like, I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna work while I do a live stream, and then I never do. I just end up talking the whole time. My husband and I will contact you about what I'm talking about. Will be later because we have other things we're finalizing, but we love what you do. Thank you, Kim. That's so cool. I'd love to hear about it. Kyle Taylor said, #Wicked and Craig. Find more than one company to sub your workout to. Yeah, we'll have to do that, Paul. I think that's really what it's going to come down to. But again, that's also not an easy solution, like a quick and easy solution, because every time you partner up with somebody to sub your workout to, you're having to invest in all your dies again, which is thousands of dollars. And then you're gonna have to train them on how it's made, and you're gonna have to go through that whole process of sampling. If all we had was one product, I think we could get away with that pretty well. But we've got 10 different SKUs that move pretty frequently. Not only 10. I mean, we've got about 10 that we actually sell a lot of. So if it were just all down to like one product, then yeah, I think maybe we could make that work. But it's just some of these things, it's like, yeah, maybe there is a better solution, but sometimes you just have to get out here and start making stuff, because like the longer I draw it out, if I were to be out there contacting other subs, and it would draw it out till it's too late. And at this point, I just need to get some stuff made so that we're not running out. And I'm okay with it, really, you guys. I really hope this isn't coming off as me complaining or, not playing the blues for you. I love like talking this stuff out with you guys. It's just cool. I like that you're a part of our business, and the growth behind it and everything. I just want you guys here. I want you in on it. So, oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad, Kim. Thank you. John B has a question as well. Let's see. Do you enjoy tooling? It's my favorite part of working with leather. For the record, I think the super clean look of your work doesn't need it. Just curious. Oh, thank you, John. I love seeing craftsmen who are really good at tooling. I've honestly, this might surprise a lot of you, I've never even once, not even attempted to try it ever. I've never like put a single stamp down into some tooling leather and tapped it out. I've just never even tried it. I've kind of been like waiting for the right moment, like I can't wait for the moment where I get to attempt to like learn it, and I think I might do a video about that. Like, like here's me about to like try something completely new that I've never done, and let's see how it goes. And because that's how the video should be. This isn't like me saying, here's how you do this and here's how you do that. I'm the expert on everything. Everyone listen to me. I've got all the best ways. I just don't see it that way at all. It's more of like, let's all learn this together. Let's figure it out. All right. You're being transparent on where you're at. Don't need to apologize. Thanks, Don. If I had my room set up, I'd at least click them out for you. My Tipman clicker presses and storage. That's awesome. Thank you. I agree with Don. Apprentice is easy. First tool is a broom. Second is a vacuum. Next, edge slicking, clicking. You can concentrate on assembly and finish. My train processes slowly, one at a time. Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, I wouldn't say it's easy. You say it's easy. It's not easy. There's still a lot, because it's not even like I'm just sitting out here every single day able to like dedicate my time to just sitting here and teaching somebody. If I was out here doing this exact same thing every day, maybe I could. But again, like, I don't know how my days are gonna go. Some days I spend reconnect. Sorry, I don't know where we left off. My point is though that adding somebody in the end, to me, like the way my mind works is it just adds one more complication. It's like, that's just a lot more, like with the training, and like, if I was out here doing this exact same thing every single day, then I'd be like, yeah, I'm just gonna bring someone in here and I'll just kind of like teach them as I go, and it won't affect the process at all. And I have other help that I can request too. Like our partner Thomas Skolbranson and his wife Kaylin are always very willing to come in and help. And Whit's sister Hannah is already trained on a lot of this stuff and can do it. She started off on her hair career. She's doing she's cutting hair and stuff, but you know, I know that I'd be able to have her help if we absolutely needed it. But it's just, again, it just comes down to the same thing. It's like at some point I just got to get out here and just start making stuff, and that's where I'm at right now. In fact, I may have to end this pretty soon so that I can really just like buckle down and get this done, because I love talking to you guys so much so that I end up not working very hard. Okay. Kim T. Durr says, Miriam, sorry about that. Did I miss something? Miriam said, hashtag Weaver. Love Weaver. Is there another one that I missed? Buffering, I'm out later. Sorry, Miriam, I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. I'll try and figure it out. You know, every time I think I figure out the solution, it seems like we still have buffering issues, but it is what it is. Chris Gordon says, understood. All right, you guys, I'm going to end this. Thank you so much for being here. I love hanging out with you guys. You know that. First time I can catch the video live. Shoot, Abraham, I'm sorry. I was just closing it out. I'm going to upload it to YouTube, though, so you can go back and watch it. Well, if you're making yourself, then you are in control. It's true. Okay, my friend, I got to close shop up here and go home. Right on, Larry. Well, thank you for being here. Kim, thank you so much for being here. Have a blessed, wonderful weekend. Have fun. Is there an advantage to burnishing? Yeah, we'll talk about that on a future video. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Let's hang out again soon.